Yo guys, welcome to my channel. It's been about a year. But today I've got a tutorial on force push from Star Wars in CV2. So I'm going to show you how it works and then I'm going to go into the tutorial. Right, this is now like the fourth time of me recording this, so hopefully it actually works this time. Right, so first of all, I'm going to publish an invention anyway, so if you're lazy and you can't be asked, well, I'm just going to sell an invention for it anyway. Right, but if you follow the tutorial, it's free in it. So first of all, what you want to do is you want to get player by account name. Oh, I failed that. There we go. Right, circuits, and then you want to get player by account name. Make sure it's account name, not display name. And then what you want to do is you want to look at your app, which is in your profile. As you can see, my app's energy, so I'm going to put energy. Make sure you put the capitals in the right place. Okay, now what you want to do is pick a hand, either left hand or right hand, or you can do both hands if you want, but I'm not going to go through both hands. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go for the right hand, but you can change it to left if you want. Spawn in the hand position. You want the finger direction, the thumb direction, and the velocity of it. Then what you can do is you can wire it all to the player. Also, you can also change this to get local player, but like I only want it to for me. So every time I spawn in the invention, it's just me instead of everyone else. That's why I have get player by account name. Now what you want to do is you want to spawn in a vector-free cross, and you cross the finger direction to the thumb direction. Right, after you've done that, you can now spawn in a raycast. Okay, now with the raycast, the start position goes to the hand position, and then the result of the cross is the direction. And then the max distance, I'm going to put mine at 5. You can choose whatever you like for that. Alright, now you want to check if. So spawn in an if. You want to check if it's like the object is valid, and then also if it's hit. So just spawn in an and chip. And now the condition can go to the result of the and chip. The first input can go to the is valid. The second one can go to hit, and then the any can go to object. And now we need an input for the if. So we're going to go to event receiver. We're going to spawn in an event receiver. Configure the event receiver to update 30 Hz. Then you can wire that to the if. Alright, now this part you don't have to do, but I'm going to do it because I want to display. So if I'm going to spawn in show local subtitle, and then also clear local subtitle. So else will be clear, then will be show local subtitle, and then I'm going to unwire event receiver for now so it's not in the way. Depending on what you're doing, if you're going to get a player, then you can just do toString, and then you can wire the toString to the subtitle like this. If you're going to change, instead of having an object, you could do a player, and then you could just wire player to string to the subtitle. But as I'm doing an object, I'm going to check the tags. So I'm going to get the tags of the object, and then I'm going to get the first tag that's on there by using list get element. And then what we can do is we can get the objects tags, get the list, and then the value of it will go into the subtitle. Okay, now it's the part where how fast your hand moves depends if the object moves or not. So we get another if chip. The orange part can then go to the other orange part here, so just the input. And then we want to get the magnitude. So vector get magnitude. This will go to the velocity from earlier. You you can wire that. And then you want to check how fast the hand's moving. So I'm going to check 3.5. I'm going to check greater or equal. So just put in a greater or equal. And then I'm going to do mine at 3.5. You can test around though, depending how fast your hand moves. But I personally prefer 3.5 as the right one. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to wire the result to the condition. And then what you can do is you can spawn a velocity set. And then on the then, you can go set velocity. The target will be the object or the player, depending what you're going to do. And the direction will be the cross between your hand, or your finger direction, your thumb direction. And then we can rewire, if you unwired this, rewire the event receiver from earlier to the if. And now make an object. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a big cube like that. Now when you're configuring your object, or like configure your object, change it to physical. I'm going to make mine grabbable, you don't have to do that. And then make sure you can modify with circuits. Right, and then I'm going to give mine a tag just so I know what it's called. I'm going to call my tag my cube. And every time I put my hand up to it, it says my cube. And then if I push my hand, it will move away. It's quite slow right now though, so I'm going to change the speed to 15. And then there you go. You have a force push. Alright, okay, so that's the end of the video now. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And if you have any like other circuit tutorials you want, just tell me in the comments as well. And I'll get around to doing them in a bit.